I got the something went wrong here. I don't know why it's saying this. I usually leave a chat. Hopefully, you guys be able to talk to me. Let me see real quick. That looks good. Everything looks good. This little monkey right here. Welcome to the 250 Gemstones Culture Podcast. I am your host, Michael T. Porter, and I'm having a great day. I'm bringing you another bomb episode. Hopefully, you guys will tell somebody about this podcast. Tell somebody about your boy. Spread the word. We have all these marketing schemes. We have all of these marketing strategy, but one of the best ways, the old traditional ways, is word of mouth. Tell somebody how I bring the news. Tell somebody how I bring these concepts. Tell somebody how the 250 Nation is stepping it up and taking over. Also, check out my other YouTube channels. 250 Gemstones News TV channel. I'm bringing the news to your ass like none other. Your number one anchor man, Michael T. Porter. Music. My music will be on there. My music videos. I'll be covering all genres of music, all of our favorite artists. Also, check out my third YouTube channel, Michael's Skits and Stories. I'll be giving y'all some of the best skits out there while telling some of the most captivating, the most entertaining, the most intriguing stories out there. We keep those cameras rolling. Keep those cameras rolling. 3 YouTube channels. Once again, 250 Gemstones, News TV, Michael's Music, Michael C. Porter Music, Michael Skits and Stories. Check them out. Check them out. All the links will be in the description. So just in case, hopefully you guys want to find me. I'm everywhere. I'm doing it all, baby. I am doing it all. This is a nation that represents those who strive for excellence every single day, every single day, every single day. Oh, I feel good. Woo, this is a topic that's going to hurt. Camille Winbush sees no problem with fighting it up on OnlyFans. She sees no problem. She sees no problem because she's not a wife. She's not a wife because this generation, well, the generation before did not raise these little hoes. I mean, these women to be wives. It's absolutely sad. It's sad, really. It's sad that the only way a girl sees herself making it is putting herself in a whole bunch of debt through school or thotting up on OnlyFans or other digital platforms, putting her for JJ for the masses to see. They don't know the value of a man. They don't want to know the value of a man. They don't want to learn what a man is. They'll rather sell their soul than work it out with a man. These are the times that we're living in. They rather sell their souls. Like I said, I don't know. This has been going on for the last week. Last time I did live, it says something went wrong. YouTube.com. Say, I don't know why it's saying this. I'm about to give me a new way to do live. I will be coming soon once I get everything straight because this is ridiculous. I like talking to y'all and I want to see the comments. But the show must go on. So we're going to give a little backstory. So Camille Winbush been getting a lot of backlash because she's a great actor and they thought her acting career was going to go further. Now, nobody predicted Hollywood collapsing the way it did. Now, I kind of seen it early on because Hollywood ain't really putting out no good movies. You got Netflix, you got Tubi, you got Hulu, but going to the movie used to be a good, a very intriguing and a fun thing to go to. And it still is. Everything what I learned about business is ran off human emotions. It's all about human interaction, customer service, eye contact. People want to be, service and service well. They spent their money and they want to be serviced well. So the movie industry, Hollywood, one, going to the movie is too damn expensive. We weren't expecting COVID. We weren't expecting inflation to hit 55%. We weren't expecting our government to squeeze the American people to the point they get their asses thrown out of their homes and apartments, townhomes, etc., Get your ass out of here because you behind on that ring. We were not expecting this after doing so well in the bull market. Everybody was buying and selling. Everybody bank accounts were looking good. So we didn't expect all this. But prior to 2020, she did a couple of movies, but Camille Winbush, like many actors, hard to find a gig that's gonna pay well. It's hard to find stability as an actor. So I'm not understanding why didn't leverage her name and start a business, online business, clothing. She could have started her own skits, you know, but there we'll get into that. Her support team, her family, we'll get into all that and why I think she's not wife material. At the end of the day, she needs a man. Because a man that thinks different. We'll jump into all that, how a man is going to guide her, mold her, help her career. Even if he makes less than her, he's going to give some insight that's going to be beneficial to her, and he can be an asset to her. He protect her, provider. There's no way with her name attached to a name that big like Bertie Mac, she ain't, doing a little bit of something. I'm not saying we should have expectations because life throws curveballs. But I'm saying with all this, she has a name. All you really need is a name. Start your own little sitcom. We'll get into that. But before we jump into that, we want to see how much she sold because she seemed like a good girl, but that money would turn a good woman into a hoe real quick. That money would turn a good girl into a hoe real quick. Survival mode, baby. Let's see. This is according to AtlantaBlackStar.com. Let's see. Take it to the top. Let's see. Article written by Nicole Duncan Smith, published on June 14, 2024. Former child star Camille Winbush, excuse me, shared with her fans the reasons behind her decision to join OnlyFans 3 years ago. Known for her beloved role as Vanessa Tompkins on the Bernie Mac show, Winbush disclosed that the subscription-based platform provided a secure and private way to earn money for necessities. Now, she said necessities. We're going to talk about how much she made because I don't know what necessities will require that much money. Now, wants and desires and entrepreneurship, that's different, but she said just necessities. In an interview this month with John Abel on Comedy Hype News, she explained that fans often assume the success of the syndicated sitcom is indicative of substantial residual checks. However, she clarified that this is not the case. Abba asks her how she responds to this, and Winbush says people who are outside of the acting world have no place to speak on it. Oh, those Bernie Mac checks must have dried up, she quotes some fans saying. She responds back, like from a job 20 years ago when I was 12 years old. The host then suggested that maybe fans thought the residuals are still coming through. Winbush replied, I mean, they do, but listen, if I was on Friends making $1 million an episode, yes, those residual checks will still be very nice. But as time goes on, they get smaller and smaller every year. You're not making the same amount you were when the show was current. She also says, so as someone who was just a kid, don't get me wrong, still making good money, but 20 years later, those checks are not sustainable for living. Winbush added that the industry can be fickle and stated that actors, as I was saying, having a stable acting job, money coming in, it's hard. Can't count on any job to guarantee their living. She has made adjustments in her life to ensure that she has an influx of cash coming in. Over the years, she says she's done a number of jobs. While still a teenager, she purchased and ran her own ice cream shop for 3 years. The 34-year-old also talked about doing regular 9-to-5 jobs, including teaching gymnastics that paid her $11 to $12 an hour. OnlyFans came in and allowed her to make a good living on her own terms. Winbush rationalized, if I can find a way to make enough to buy a home from the comfort and safety of my living room, why wouldn't I do that? Fans when the neighborhood talks had varying opinions on her stream of income. These some of the people commenting on what she got going on. These some of the fans. Some said she's making excuses. She could have done way more in her life than just live off Bernie Mac's show and his checks. She thought she was supposed to live her life off one show residual checks and never get a job, trade, or education, and thought OnlyFans was the only way she could pay her bill. Now, this is what I'm leaning on. What else are you doing? Right? I don't believe her at all. And this is why I said, deep down inside, this is probably who she was this whole time. She a little thotty. Previously, Winbush has been figuring out most of her adult life and has said that she also didn't have the team that could aggressively fight for her to get into new doors after the show ended. So she just wants to act, but if the acting ain't coming through, you got to do other things until that money comes through. Just like the woman said, you didn't think to go get a job, to get an education, to get some skills. Unless y'all helping her pay her bills and she can do what she wants. It's another fan. Another asks why we always talking about people's money. The comedy hype news host later said that the fans thought she was too good to be on content platform like OnlyFans. But Winbush put back, I'm that girl. She's not too good because she's showing us who she is. Now I took I took a little peek. A little quick peek. Then I didn't subscribe, but her pictures are up there. Very seductive pictures, and she's a thought, right? We gotta call it what it is. She's a thought. I ain't gonna say she's a hoe because she's not sleeping with men, but she's using her. She's a hoe. No, she's a hoe, meaning a woman that uses her sexuality to get money. Even though she's not having sex, she's still a hoe because she's using her money. I mean, she's using her body and sexuality to get money. That's what a whore does. So she is a whore for that money. And I'm not here to judge. When people say that, this is something fascinating. She said a lot of people thought she was too good. In this world, it's all about image. She had an image. We know her as a child, but we don't know her as a woman. See, we haven't seen Vanessa since she was 16. She started the show when she was 12, so she ended when she was 17. So that's about 20 years, 17 years ago. So a lot has changed. You know what I mean? And when people say she's too good, you can't compare her from when she was an innocent child to she's a grown, healthy, fine black woman. She is sexy as hell. I'll blow the tailbone off the girl. I'll crush up her tailbone in a heartbeat. Tailbone be sore messing with me. So we can't compare her from when she was a child to her child self to her adult self. But a lot of people are saying, you could have did other things. Like I was saying, you have a name. And your name was good. No longer is she working lower than minimum wage jobs. She claims in a 2-year period, she made $2 million more than she ever made as a traditional actor on television. So let's leave her picture up. I'm that girl. That's her post right here. Now see, like I said, very beautiful woman, but she's not wife material because a wife knows that in order to be successful, there's a lot of beautiful things with getting a husband. For one, your image. Your image by you being married shows that you're not for the streets. You're not starting it up. You have discipline. You have structure in your life. You're under a man's authority. You see the value of a man. There's many beautiful things that aid a woman's image when she's married. It shows that she's serious about life. She's serious about her future. She is serious about herself. She's serious about relationships. Camille Winbush is not a wife, and I don't think after doing this OnlyFans she could recover because she showed the whole world her breasts, her vajayjay, and her behind. So it goes back to this: when women are sexual objects in the dating world. When people are picking and choosing, women are sexual objects. They're sexual objects. There are affectionate objects. There are emotional objects. They're very affectionate and sexual. Let's break this down. Sexual in the sense of a man wants a woman who don't have a lot of miles on her. Number one, women that have a lot of miles on her, they have a lot of trauma. They got this new thing called soul ties. And the soul ties are tied to the trauma that's associated with all these men running up in her. It's not just the actual sex part, it's the emotional attachment she has to all these men. These men are coming and going, blowing her back out, breaking her heart. Coming in, blowing her back out, breaking her heart. So she will soon have a negative viewpoint of men. And because she has a negative viewpoint of men, the future husband, a prospect, a man that wants to take a woman serious and put some diamonds on her finger, he's not going to look at a woman who has been with a lot of men serious because he knows she has trauma. He knows that she got trauma. He knows the second point, trauma. She's a cheater. She's going to be unfaithful because now that she has so many men running up in her and all this attention, most women who are hoes or thoughts or 304s, they're not going to give up that attention. That attention from this man, Enrique, from Jamal, from Chad, all this penis coming at her. And this penis comes with money. This penis comes with just attention because she's an empty vessel. And the only thing that really satisfy her, God can't satisfy her, is just a whole bunch of dingling. Male attention and dingling is the only thing that satisfy her. And because dingling and male attention, that's the only thing that satisfy her, she's gonna always crave that. So how can a man marry her? So like Camille Winbush, she's out here thotting it up, you know, she's not going to give up that male attention. That male attention is attached to money. That male attention makes her feel good. It boosts her ego, and it's attached to money, a whole bunch of money. It's attached to options. It's attached to, her freedom, because she look at it like this: why do I have to listen to one man? I got all these other men that want me. There's a lot of women who are thoughts and hoes are problematic. This is why men stay away from her. So even though she's not a physical hoe, she's a digital hoe, right? So she has ruined her chances of getting a man, and it seems like she doesn't care, because by her putting herself out there like that, this is what I'm saying. I'm talking about this. This is a segment to help women understand the risks you take when you sell your soul, showing your goodies out in the street. Now, it's one thing to do it, you thotting it up, and it's not on the internet. But once you put it on the internet, that's really worse than you actually being a hoe in real life. Because the hoe in real life, you can lie to your husband. You could lie about your number. Let's say a woman slept with 50 men, but she tell her husband, oh, she only been with 5 guys. He will never know, unless it's a small town and everybody know each other. But for the most part, he's not going to know. But once you put your goodies and your cookies on the internet, provocative pictures, you're letting the man know what you about. You a hoe. You a hoe. Now, everybody, oh, you so hard, you judging her. No, I'm trying to save some young ladies' lives that deep down inside. Now, if you just plan on not getting married, do what you got to do, thought it up, do what you got to do, survive out there. But for the women who are thinking about, because women influence, older women influence the younger, and women in general is going to influence each other. Just like men, we influence each other. We have our own codes. We have our own way of communicating with each other. We have our own way of influencing one another. So a man influenced the youngsters, same age group, older men influence the younger influence the older. So there's a lot of influence within the genders. So there's young ladies coming up, and they see all these girls starting it up. But the reason why I'm bringing this up, there's a lot of shit that goes on behind the doors. You didn't see all these pretty girls getting all these gifts, because most women think like children. Most of these girls, especially the young, when they see all these pretty girls, they makeup, eyelashes, the weaves, and guys just keep giving them stuff. But what these young girls don't know, what they had to really do to get it, they had to show their precious body. See, when you show your body on the internet, it loses value. This is going back to what I said, women are sexual objects, and the reason why men don't want to deal with you, trauma, you're going to cheat, and you're not stable. You're not stable. Most women, they're not stable. They're not going to build with a man. They're not focused. They're not disciplined in their mind. They're not disciplined in their spirit. So a husband can't deal with a woman that's not stable, mentally stable, spiritually stable, uh, emotionally stable, physically stable, keeping your body in shape. Not getting diseases. So trauma. She's going to cheat, unfaithful, and she's unstable. These are three major recipes for disaster for a man that wants to marry you. So all you ladies out there that think that going on OnlyFans, being a porn star, showing your goodies on Instagram, uh, doing all this, and then trying to turn around and get you a suitable husband, get you a good man, is not going to work. And now, see, in 6 years, this woman be 40. She's already made up her mind. Camille Winbush, she's done. Ain't no man gonna marry her. She a thought. Like you can't marry a thotty, y'all. You cannot marry a thotty. She's unstable. It's all about her. And the fourth reason, self-absorption, her ego. See, once you start making, see, she averaged $1 million a year. $1 million a year. And she's still I don't know her prime, but she's still looking good, still beautiful. But all this beauty, she's talented, she sings, she can dance. All of this won't matter when the day comes and she tries to marry her, because now when a man marries a woman, man, my wife goodies is on the internet, bro. It's like everybody have to see my wife cooch. That's crazy. She sold her soul and wrecked her life going on OnlyFans, whether she, acknowledges or not. Like I said, I'm not knocking nobody hustle. I understand how hard it is. I don't want y'all to judge me when I do what I do. I don't want y'all judging me. I don't want y'all throwing me up under the bus, but we got to call it what it is. We're living in the times where we have some of the most beautiful women I believe out of all times in mankind history. We have some of the most beautiful women across the world with the technological advances. I'm talking about across the world, even in third world countries, and girls look good. Women, there's so many of them. Women. The clothing industry for women. Look how good them clothes look. Look at the heels. Everything's catered to a woman. The world is in the woman's hand, and she still can't get a damn husband. The women are living in times where they're the most beautiful, like I said, out of any time, in my personal opinion, out of any time in history. You got shea butters, you got African soap, natural soaps. People are getting more educated, women, especially after marriage. I mean, after having babies. After the pregnancy, they still looking good. Still got them stretch marks, but they still looking good. They're figuring out a way to still be appealing. Black, white, Asian, Latina, Middle Eastern. Women are so beautiful today, and they still can't find a damn man. They still can't find a man. How sad. How sad. And we're still trying to figure out how come she didn't start, you know, she says she has some money now. If she's doing this and she said, well, I did this, but I plan on opening up some businesses, getting into real estate, doing this, doing that, starting my own skits, making a name for myself, taking some of that money, go to school or get around some people who can market her brand. At this age, with her knowledge and her name, and she got the name, she got the money. I'm curious to know how she's going to leverage this so that she can manipulate this circumstance and make her some real money. You made two. Let's go buy up some real estate. This is going back to what I said in the beginning. This is the part I was getting to. If a man's in her life, it's like, okay, let's just say she did have a boyfriend right now. Let's say she had a boyfriend right now. And let's say she had a boyfriend. And let's just say that he's allowing her to thought it up. Like, okay, baby, you go ahead, thought up, show your goodies, bring daddy that money. Now we got 2 million. As a man, as a good man, thinking man, a man that has ambition, the man's going to protect her and provide for her and guide her and mold her. We got to flip this 2 to make it to 10. We got to get into some real estate. We got to get into some stocks. We got to open up a restaurant or open up a couple of franchises. Let's see, get the franchises going. We got to figure out a way to increase these profits because you're not going to be able to thought it up forever. Now this is what I'm saying. When a woman gets some money, she has to be around a man. Now women get that money, but men know how to multiply the money. That's my whole thing. Getting large sums of money, I always had a problem getting large sums of money, but every time I got a little bit of change, I knew how to multiply it through rigorous research, through stocks, understanding different philosophies behind money and what is the goal and how can I make it to where I have multiple streams of income. How much money can I invest in myself, and what's the return on investment, the ROI? What's my return? So it's all about the return. So as I go into stocks, music, podcasts, so podcasts, music, stocks, and you look at I have my website, but I got to redo my website, clothing. You're talking about designing clothes. Who's in her corner to where she can market herself? She's very beautiful, and to really get herself out there, and I heard she does music. With all this digital, with all these digital platforms, with all this equipment, laptops, cameras, she has the money to get it going. What is the next move? This is why I said she's not wife material, because a wife was like, okay, I got the money, but I'm gonna need a man. She still doesn't see the value in a man, a good man. I'm not saying any old schmo, a good man, because a good man will be like, okay, you're talented. Let's start making commercials to brand yourself. We could use your voice and we can brand yourself on commercials. Are you into cooking? Are you into clothing? Are you into, whatever, because it seems like she still wants to act. Do we have the capital? How about we get this money going and we're going to buy up as much properties as we can, apartment complex. We'll do what we got to do, stocks, apartment complexes. And now all that money's coming in. Now that money will be able to fund our show, the Camille Winbush show. See, this is how a man thinks. Now, it's none of our business with her next movie. Me personally, I'm just curious what's Camille's Winbush next move. Because as of now, the only man that's going to be with her is a weak man. You can't be with a woman that's showing her behind. Just not a good look as a man that has some type of dignity, as a man that has some substance, as a man that is focused, as a man that's trying to build an empire and build his legacy. Having your bride, having the woman, your queen, the love of your life, goodies out there for all other men to see, eh, it's just not a good look. Doesn't feel good, doesn't look good. So we got trauma. She's unfaithful. She's unstable. And her value, like I talked about that, the value of her JJ goes down. So when you out there, and you talking about you young ladies looking at Cardi B, you young ladies looking at Megan Thee Stallion, Glorilla, seeing all these whores out there fighting it up. Hey, get your money, but just know there is a price to pay. Not just, it's a spiritual price you have to pay. It's an emotional price you have to pay. It's a mental price you have to pay. You got to pay it. Once you show the world your titties and your goodies, ladies, you're not valuable anymore, because a man wants to be like, damn, nobody seen my girl naked. I want to see that beautiful body naked. I want to be the only one to see your beautiful body naked. Strippers, hookers, OnlyFans girls, IG models. I mean, everybody has seen you. Everybody has seen you. Your value goes down. Because your value goes down, you won't be able to find, a legitimate partner. I'm talking about a legitimate partner, meaning that's, like I said, all the things I named earlier. Somebody that has a headstrong provider, protector, guidance, somebody that good with math, finances, is able to put himself and you in a better position. How you gonna find that man? And you just exposed all your treats all over the internet. All of your treats all over the internet. All of your treats. And she defends this because she's not a wife. Camille Winbush is not a wife. And I don't know if she can recover from this, because everybody didn't see your titties. Everybody didn't see your ass. Everybody didn't see what do we need to see next. So she's gonna have to be in a position to where she's gonna have to be the boss of everything. And that's another thing. Fifth thing, value, boss. No man's trying to date no boss chick. She's a boss chick now. She's making money on her own. She's paying her bills. And now if she take all the advice I'm giving her, she surround herself with a team that's going to push her brand. First, come up with the brand. What is your mission statement? What does your brand stand for? And then push this brand out into the masses. She's a boss chick. I mean, no man wants to date a boss chick, because you control of everything. A man wants a woman to look up to him. I'm giving you ladies some game to help y'all out, because y'all mothers have failed y'all. Your grandmama failed y'all because they didn't see a value. Meemaw didn't see no value in Peepaw. Your mama didn't see no value in your daddy. And you just out in this world so confused, so discombobulated. Beautiful girls. You want to know how many beautiful girls I see that don't have some bling on their finger? This shit is crazy. No bling on the finger, and you are as gorgeous as you are. I really don't know what's the future going to hold. 250, y'all let me know. I'm just curious. 250. Like I said, I'm not judging Camille Winbush. I'm not out here trying to smear her name, because, like everybody say, I don't pay her bills. Look at this beautiful chocolate goddess. Beautiful. I don't pay her bill. I don't pay that pretty girl her bill. But she's still young, very gorgeous. She's willing to get down and dirty, as we no, I didn't see, but on OnlyFans, as millions of men seen her play with herself, do what she got. Now she's saying she don't be doing that much on a girl, please. She made $2 million. She's gonna have to step her game up. And if she thinks she's gonna be doing OnlyFans forever, come on now. And a lot of people, and you know what's crazy? Charleston White brought this up. He said a lot of people, while her numbers are through the roof, because a lot of men were eyeing her when she was little. Now they finally get to see what that the JJ looked like. Now that she all growed up. She's all grown up now. People that was looking at creeps that were looking at her when she was little, they finally get to see what that thing looked like. Now I don't know what kind of twisted fan they have. They envision her when she was small. Now she's a grown woman, but they've been fantasizing about this girl since she was young, since she was a child. So when you do the stuff like that, you spread your legs on the internet, you welcoming a lot of creeps to look at you. The world has seen your goodies. It's like, that's what I'm saying. Once you open Pandora's box, she's not going to be able to find a husband. She has to be a boss chick now. Pretty. She's articulate. She's talented. My thing is, she's gonna have to leverage it right now while she's still young, because you're only gonna get older and you gotta seize the moment. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if she is dating somebody. Hopefully he's a man that can help her out and guide her and give her that emotional support, because there's gonna come a day when she breaks down. There's gonna come a day when the absolute shame actually hits her. Like, oh, you showed your stuff. Like, see, when you're in a lustful state, lust is a spirit that can blind us. It can emotionally blind us, mentally blind us, spiritually blind us from shame. But when you start getting right with God, when you start to say, like, man, that ain't cool what I did, when you really begin to reflect, it's really going to hit her, and it may be too late. I think it's already too late right now. It's already too late right now. All these girls just want to be prostitutes, digital prostitutes, physical prostitutes out on the streets. Shout out Harry Hunt. I'm out here in mother effing Dallas. How you doing? They said I couldn't hang with the Cowboys, but I beg to differ. They say I couldn't hang with them Cowboys, but I beg to differ. Where are we at in society? This wedge between men and women is this is what we get. Our boys are murderers and our women are hookers. Our boys are murderers and our women are hookers. Black man gotta stay healthy. Ooh, I flushed out today. Oh my God. Ooh, TMI. This is the state that we're in. This is what happens when, and I'm wondering what her father said. Her father is still alive. She got a brother in the acting industry. Everybody say, "Oh, why are you so involved?" It's not just about Camille Winbush. It's a generation of women who are so lost, who have who's out of touch with their purpose as a woman, who don't see the value in God, who don't see the value in Jesus, who don't see the value in the Spirit, who don't see the value in the Word of God, who don't see the value within themselves, who don't see the value in God's sons, us. I mean, what's wrong with us? What's wrong with all of this? What's wrong with all of this? That's all I'm saying. What's wrong with the men today? A lot of people saying that the men today are bitch boys. A lot of men today, they're faggots. They're down low. There's a lot of truth to that. This is a soft boy era. That these men are emotional, especially in the black community. Men don't want to build. They just want to sit around and complain, play poker all day, dominoes. Men, we got to get our shit together. Men. Now, and the women, y'all got to get y'all shit together too. This is absolutely horrible. All of our youngsters are murderers and whores. Is that what we raising now? Murderers and whores. What a sad state we're in right now. Sodom and Gomorrah, killers and whores. Sin is never satisfied. It always want more. Tears will fall. Yeah, tears will pour. Fill my glass up. What are we going to do? She's not wife material. Camille Winbush represents this whole generation of women And to be honest, I never thought I'd see the day like I remember looking at a girl and be like, oh, it's something new. Oh, a girl. And even the girl wearing short, you see so many women doing it. I mean, there's so many women selling it on the streets, women selling it online. I mean, porn. I mean, it's just maybe I'm getting older. It's just like, or maybe I just see the light. You want to see the beauty in life, and the beauty comes from things that are sacred, things that come from discipline, things that come from hard work, things that derive from patience. If every girl covered up, do you know how valuable women would be? Like, damn, I haven't seen a girl thighs. They all covered up. And to actually see a woman be like, damn. But when everybody didn't seen all the goods, I mean, how valuable are the goods? 250 Gemstones Culture Podcast. Y'all let me know what's going on. Do y'all feel that Camille Winbush from the Bernie Mac Show and women who move like Camille Winbush are marriage material? Are they marriage material? That's what I want to know. Are they marriage material once they go on OnlyFans? Once they decide to go on OnlyFans and thought it up on OnlyFans, thought it up on Instagram and all the other digital platforms, thought it up in the streets? Women who move like this, do y'all believe they are still marriage material? I say, And do y'all believe once a woman chooses this path, can she recover? Through the drama, through the trauma, through the unfaithfulness, through seeking male attention, her ego, all the horrific things that come with being a hoe, being unstable, self-absorbed. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all let me. This is crazy. 250, capital G. I want to show some appreciation to all of y'all who have supported me from day one. If you're new to the podcast, thank you for taking the time out to listen to me. I love to hear your thoughts. Once again, thank y'all. Y'all are greatly appreciated. I'm gone.